Two of my walls right now are currently connected to rooms where I have roommates that are trying to fall asleep. I really should do these earlier in the day, but until I get a grip, you are getting full ASMR Thomas Careless video. So I hope you can bear that for the next 20 minutes. Now, I did a little reading beforehand, a little off-screen mining, and I have a couple things that I want to yap about for this chapter. So I don't know if we're going to get much farther than chapter 16, but I'll have chapter 16 at least, and we'll see how it goes. So let's jump into it. This is 1 Nephi chapter 16. The wicked take the truth to be hard. Lehi's sons marry the daughters of Ishmael. The Leahona guides their course in the wilderness. Messages from the Lord are written on the Leahona from time to time. Ishmael dies. His family murmurs because of afflictions. About 600 to 592 BC. And now it came to pass that after I, Nephi, had made an end of speaking to my brethren, behold, they said unto me, Thou hast declared unto us hard things, more than we are able to bear. And it came to pass that I said unto them, that I knew that I had spoken hard things against the wicked, according to the truth, and the righteous have I justified, and testified that they should be lifted up at the last day. Wherefore the guilty taketh the truth to be hard, for it cutteth them to the very center. And now, my brethren, if ye were righteous, and were willing to hearken to the truth, and give heed unto it, that ye might walk uprightly before God, then ye would not murmur because of the truth, and say, Thou speakest hard things against us. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did exhort my brethren with all diligence to keep the commandments of the Lord. And it came to pass that they did humble themselves before the Lord, insomuch that I had joy and great hopes of them, that they would walk in the paths of righteousness. Now all these things were said and done as my father dwelt in a tent in the valley which he called Lemuel. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, took one of the daughters of Ishmael to wife, and also my brethren took of the daughters of Ishmael to wife, and also Zoram took the eldest daughter of Ishmael to wife. And thus my father had fulfilled all the commandments of the Lord which had been given unto him, and also I, Nephi, had been blessed of the Lord exceedingly. Which, as an aside, I think means Nephi is saying his wife is very beautiful. Anyways. And it came to pass that the voice of the Lord spake unto my father by night, and commanded him that on the morrow he should take his journey into the wilderness. And it came to pass that as my father arose in the morning, and went forth to the tent door, to his great astonishment, he beheld upon the ground a round ball of curious workmanship, and it was of fine brass, and within the ball were 2 spindles, and the one pointed the way whither we should go into the wilderness. And it came to pass that we did gather together whatsoever things we should carry into the wilderness, and all the remainder of our provisions which the Lord had given unto us, and we did take seed of every kind that we might carry into the wilderness. And it came to pass that we did take our tents and depart into the wilderness across the river Laman. And it came to pass that we traveled for the space of 4 days, nearly a south-southeast direction, which also I think is hilarious. Now that they have a compass, they're giving specific directions. I don't think there's one mentioned beforehand. But anyways, and we did pitch our tents again, and we did call the name of the place Shazer. And it came to pass that we did take our bows and our arrows, and go forth into the wilderness to slay food for our families. And after we had slain food for our families, we did return again to our families in the wilderness, to the place of Shazer. And we did go forth again into the wilderness, following the same direction, keeping the most fertile parts of the wilderness, which were in the borders near the Red Sea. And it came to pass that we did travel for the space of many days, slaying food by the way, with our bows and our arrows and our stones and our slings. And we did follow the direction of the ball, which led us in the more fertile parts of the wilderness. And after we had traveled for the space of many days, we did pitch our tents for the space of a time, that we might again rest ourselves and obtain food for our families. And it came to pass that as I, Nephi, went forth to slay food, behold, I did break my bow, which was made of fine steel. And after I did break my bow, behold, my brethren were angry with me, because of the loss of my bow, for we did obtain no food. And it came to pass that we did return without food to our families, and being much fatigued because of their journeying, they did suffer much of the want of food. And it came to pass that Laman and Lemuel and the sons of Ishmael did begin to murmur exceedingly, because of their sufferings and afflictions in the wilderness. And also my father began to murmur against the Lord his God. Yea, and they were all exceedingly sorrowful, even that they did murmur against the Lord. Now it came to pass that I, Nephi, having been afflicted with my brethren because of the loss of my bow, and their bows having lost their springs, it began to be exceedingly difficult, yea, insomuch that we could obtain no food. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did speak much unto my brethren, because they had hardened their hearts again, even unto complaining against the Lord their God. As a quick aside, from personal experience, it is extremely difficult to focus on spiritual things when physical and mental needs aren't being met. There's times where we fast, and that's a good momentary experience to focus on God. But when consistently there are necessities of life that aren't being met, which can be emotional and mental as well, it's extremely hard to focus on the spiritual things. And so sometimes the best course of action is to pursue taking care of your mental and physical needs first and foremost, and sometimes allowing that to be its own spiritual experience as well, as we'll see in the next little bit. In verse 22, and it came to pass that I, Nephi, oh my gosh, I already read that, 23 actually. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did make out of wood a bow, and out of a straight stick an arrow. Wherefore I did arm myself with a bow and an arrow, with a sling and with stones. And I said unto my father, whither shall I go to obtain food? And it came to pass that he did inquire of the Lord, for they had humbled themselves because of my words, for I did say many things unto them in the energy of my soul. And it came to pass that the voice of the Lord came unto my father, and he was truly chastened because of his murmuring against the Lord, insomuch that he was brought down in the depths of sorrow. And it came to pass that the voice of the Lord said unto him, Look upon the ball, and behold the things which are written. And it came to pass that when my father beheld the things which were written upon the ball, he did fear and tremble exceedingly, and also my brethren, and the sons of Ishmael, and our wives. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, beheld the pointers which were in the ball, that they did work according to the faith and diligence and heed which we did give unto them. And there was also written upon them a new writing, which was plain to be read, which did give us understanding concerning the ways of the Lord. There's a very fast car outside. I'm going to restart at 29. And there was also written upon them a new writing, which was plain to be read, which did give us understanding concerning the ways of the Lord. And it was written and changed from time to time, according to the faith and diligence which we gave unto it. And thus we see that by small means the Lord can bring about great things. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did go forth up into the top of the mountain, according to the directions which were given upon the ball. And it came to pass that I did slay wild beasts, insomuch that I did obtain food for our families. And it came to pass that I did return to our tents, bearing the beasts which I had slain. And now when they beheld that I had obtained food, how great was their joy. And it came to pass that they did humble themselves before the Lord, and did give thanks unto him. And it came to pass that we did again take our journey, traveling nearly the same course as in the beginning. And after we had traveled for the space of many days, we did pitch our tents again, that we might tarry for the space of a time. And it came to pass that Ishmael died, and was buried in the place which was called Nahom. And it came to pass that the daughters of Ishmael did mourn exceedingly, because of the loss of their father, and because of their afflictions in the wilderness. And they did murmur against my father, because he had brought them out of the land of Jerusalem, saying, Our father is dead, yea, and we have wandered much in the wilderness, and we have suffered much affliction, hunger, thirst, and fatigue, and after all these things we must perish in the wilderness with hunger. And thus they did murmur against my father, and also against me, for they were desirous to return again to Jerusalem. And Laman said unto Lemuel, and also unto the sons of Ishmael, Behold, let us slay our father, and also our brother Nephi, who has taken it upon him to be our ruler and our teacher, who are his elder brethren. Now he says that the Lord has talked with him, and also that angels have ministered unto him. But behold, we know that he lies unto us, and he tells us these things, and he worketh many things by his cunning arts, that he may deceive our eyes, thinking, perhaps, that he may lead us away into some strange wilderness. And after he has led us away, he has thought to make himself a king and a ruler over us, that he may do with us according to his will and pleasure. And after this manner did my brother Laman stir up their hearts to anger. And it came to pass that the Lord was with us, yea, even the voice of the Lord did came and did speak many words unto them, and did chasten them exceedingly. And after they were chastened by the voice of the Lord, they did turn away their anger, and did repent of their sins, insomuch that the Lord did bless us again with food, that we did not perish. We're at 12 minutes. We're going to see if we're going to move on. We're going to read the next one too. Chapter 17. Nephi is commanded to build a ship. His brethren oppose him. He exhorts them by recounting the history of God's dealings with Israel. Nephi is filled with the power of God. His brethren are forbidden to touch him, lest they wither as a dried reed. About 592 to 591 BC. I'm actually going to stop in the middle of this one, which is crazy, but I really want to share a thought that I have. So we might stop right in the middle. We'll see how it goes. And it came to pass that we did again take our journey in the wilderness, and we did travel nearly eastward from that time forth. And we did travel and wade through much affliction in the wilderness, and our women did bear children in the wilderness. And so great were the blessings of the Lord upon us, that while we did live upon raw meat in the wilderness, our women did give plenty of suck to their children, and were strong, yea, even like unto the men, and they began to bear their journeyings without murmurings. And thus we see that the commandments of God must be fulfilled. And if it so be that the children of men keep the commandments of God, he doth nourish them, and strengthen them, and provide means whereby they can accomplish the thing which he has commanded them. Wherefore he did provide means for us, while we did sojourn in the wilderness. And we did sojourn for the space of many years, yea, even 8 years in the wilderness. And we did come to the land which we called Bountiful, because of its much fruit, and also wild honey. And all these things were prepared of the Lord, that we might not perish. And we beheld the sea, which we called Iriantum, which, being interpreted, is many waters. And it came to pass that we did pitch our tents by the seashore, and notwithstanding we had suffered many afflictions and much difficulty, yea, even so much that we cannot write them all, we were exceedingly rejoiced when we came to the seashore, and we called the place Bountiful, because of its much fruit, in case you forgot. And it came to pass that after I, Nephi, had been in the land of Bountiful for the space of many days, the voice of the Lord came unto me, saying, Arise, and get thee into the mountain. And it came to pass that I arose, and went up into the mountain, and cried unto the Lord. And it came to pass that the Lord spake unto me, saying, Thou shalt construct a ship, after the manner which I shall show thee, that I may carry thy people across these waters. And I said, Lord, whither shall I go that I may find ore to molten, that I may make tools to construct the ship after the manner which thou hast shown unto me? And it came to pass that the Lord told me whither I should go to find ore, that I might make tools. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, did make bellows wherewith to blow the fire, of the skins of beasts, And after I had made a bellows, that I might have wherewith to blow the fire, I did smite 2 stones together, that I might make fire. For the Lord had hitherto suffered that we should make... for the Lord had not hitherto suffered that we should make much fire, as we journeyed in the wilderness. For he said, I will make thy food become sweet, that ye cook it not. And I will be your light in the wilderness, and I will prepare the way before you, if it so be that ye shall keep my commandments. Wherefore, inasmuch as ye shall keep my commandments, ye shall be led towards the promised land, and ye shall know that it is by me that ye are led. Yea, and the Lord also said that, after ye have arrived in the promised land, ye shall know that I, the Lord, am God, and that I, the Lord, did deliver you from destruction, yea, that I did bring you out of the land of Jerusalem. Wherefore I, Nephi, did strive to keep the commandments of the Lord, and I did exhort my brethren to faithfulness and diligence. And it came to pass that I did make tools of the ore which I did molten out of the rock. And when my brethren saw that I was about to build a ship, they began to murmur against me, saying, Our brother is a fool, for he thinketh that he can build a ship. Yea, and he also thinketh that he can cross these great waters. And thus my brethren did complain against me, and were desirous that they might not labor, for they did not believe that I could build a ship, neither would they believe that I was instructed of the Lord. And now it came to pass that I, Nephi, was exceedingly sorrowful because of the hardness of their hearts. And now when they saw that I began to be sorrowful, they were glad in their hearts, insomuch that they did rejoice over me, saying, We knew that ye could not construct a ship, for we knew that ye were lacking in judgment, wherefore thou canst not accomplish so great a work. And thou art like unto our father, led away by the foolish imaginations of his heart. Yea, he hath led us out of the land of Jerusalem, and we have wandered in the wilderness for these many years, and our women have toiled, being big with child, and they have borne children in the wilderness, and suffered all things save it were death. And it would have been better that they had died before they came out of Jerusalem than to have suffered these afflictions. Behold, these many years we have suffered in the wilderness, which time we might have enjoyed our possessions and the land of our inheritance, yea, and we might have been happy. And we know that the people who were in the land of Jerusalem were a righteous people, for they kept the statutes and judgments of the Lord and all his commandments according to the law of Moses. Wherefore we know that they are a righteous people, and our Father hath judged them, and hath led us away because we would hearken unto his words. Yea, and our brother is like unto him. And after this manner of language did my brethren murmur and complain against us. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, spake unto them, saying, Do ye believe that our fathers, who are the children of Israel, would have been led away out of the lands of the Egyptians if they had not hearkened unto the words of the Lord? Yea, do ye suppose that they would have been led out of the bondage, if the Lord had not commanded Moses that he should lead them out of bondage? Now ye know that the children of Israel were in bondage, and ye know that they were laden with tasks, which were grievous to be borne. Wherefore ye know that it must needs be a good thing for them that they should be brought out of bondage. Now ye know that Moses was commanded of the Lord to do that great work, and ye know that by his word the waters of the Red Sea were divided hither and thither, and they passed through on dry ground. But ye know that the Egyptians were drowned in the Red Sea, who were the armies of Pharaoh. And ye also know that they were fed with manna in the wilderness. Yea, and ye also know that Moses, by his word, according to the power of God which was in him, smote the rock, and there came forth water, that the children of Israel might quench their thirst. And notwithstanding they being led, the Lord their God, their Redeemer, going before them, leading them by day, and giving light unto them by night, and doing all things for them which were expedient for man to receive, they hardened their hearts, and blinded their minds, and reviled against Moses, and against the true and living God. And it came to pass that according to his word he did destroy them, and according to his word he did lead them, and according to his word he did do all things for them, and there was not anything done save it were by his word. And after they had crossed the river Jordan, he did make them mighty unto the driving out of the children of the land, yea, unto the scattering them to destruction. And now do ye suppose that the children of this land, who were in the land of promise, who were driven out by our fathers, do ye suppose that they were righteous? Behold, I say unto you, nay. Do you suppose that our fathers would have been more choice than they if they had been righteous? I say unto you, nay. Behold, the Lord esteemeth all flesh in one. He that is righteous is favored of God. But behold, this people had rejected every word of God, and they were ripe in iniquity, and the fullness of the wrath of God was upon them. And the Lord did curse the land against them, and bless it unto our fathers. Yea, he did curse it against them unto their destruction, and he did bless it unto our fathers, unto their obtaining power over it. Behold, the Lord hath created the earth, that it should be inhabited, and he hath created his children, that they should possess it. And he raiseth up a righteous nation, and destroyeth the nations of the wicked. And he leadeth away the righteous into precious lands, and the wicked he destroyeth, and curseth the land unto them for their sakes. He ruleth high in the heavens, for it is his throne, and the earth is his footstool. And he loveth those who will have him to be their God. Behold, he loved our fathers, and he covenanted with them, yea, even Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he remembered the covenants which he had made, wherefore he did bring them out of the land of Egypt. And he did straiten them in the wilderness with his rod, for they hardened their hearts, even as ye have. And the Lord straitened them because of their iniquity. He sent fiery flying serpents among them, and after they were bitten, he prepared a way that they might be healed. And the labor which they had to perform was to look. And because of the simpleness of the way, or the easiness of it, there were many who perished. And they did harden their hearts from time to time, and they did revile against Moses, and also against God. Nevertheless, ye know that they were led forth by his matchless power into a land of promise. And now, after all these things, the time has come that they have become wicked, nearly unto ripeness. And I know not but they that are at this day about to be destroyed. For I know that the day must surely come that they must be destroyed, save a few only, who shall be led away into captivity. Wherefore the Lord commanded my father that he should depart into the wilderness. And the Jews also sought to take away his life. Yea, and ye have sought to take away his life. Wherefore ye are murderers in your hearts, and ye are like unto them. Ye are swift to do iniquity, but slow to remember the Lord your God. Ye have seen an angel, and he spake unto you. Yea, ye have heard his voice from time to time, and he hath spoken unto you in a still small voice. But ye were past feeling, that ye could not feel his words. Wherefore he has spoken unto you like unto the voice of thunder, which did cause the earth to shake as if it were to divide asunder. And ye also know that by the power of his almighty word he can cause the earth that it shall pass away. Yea, and ye know that by his word he can cause the rough places to be made smooth, and smooth places shall be broken up. O then, why is it that ye can be so hard in your hearts? Behold, my soul is rent with anguish because of you, and my heart is pained. I fear lest ye shall be cast off forever. Behold, I am full of the Spirit of God, insomuch that my frame has no strength. I'm just going to finish it really quickly. This is going to be a long video. Forgive me. And now it came to pass that when I had spoken these words, they were angry with me, and were desirous to throw me into the depths of the sea. And as they came forth to lay their hands upon me, I spake unto them, saying, In the name of the Almighty God, I command you that ye touch me not, for I am filled with the power of God, even unto the consuming of my flesh. And whoso shall lay his hands upon me shall wither, even as a dried reed. And he shall be as naught before the power of God, for God shall smite him. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, said unto them that they should murmur no more against their father, neither should they withhold their labor from me, for God had commanded me that I should build a ship. And I said unto them, If God had commanded me to do all things, I could do them. If he should command me that I should say unto this water, Be thou earth, it should be earth, and if I should say it, it would be done. And now if the Lord has such great power, and has wrought so many miracles among the children of men, how is it that he cannot instruct me that I should build a ship? And it came to pass that I, Nephi, said many things unto my brethren, insomuch that they were confounded, and could not contend against me, neither durst they lay their hands upon me, nor touch me with their fingers, even for the space of many days. Now they durst not do this, lest they should wither before me, so powerful was the Spirit of God, and thus it had wrought upon them. And it came to pass that the Lord said unto me, Stretch forth thine hand again unto thy brethren, and they shall not wither before thee, but I will shock them, saith the Lord. And this will I do, that they may know that I am the Lord their God. And it came to pass that I stretched forth my hand unto my brethren, and they did not wither before me, but the Lord did shake them, even according to the word which he had spoken. And now they said, We know of a surety that the Lord is with thee, for we know that it is the power of the Lord that has shaken us. And they fell down before me, and were about to worship me. But I would not suffer them, saying, I am thy brother, yea, even thy younger brother. Wherefore worship the Lord thy God, and honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God shall give thee. This is probably going to be the longest video that I will ever make, but I think it is extremely important to get my point across, because this matters a lot to me, and I hope if me watching this in the future can gain anything from this, or if anyone else who's watching can gain anything from this, I hope it's in what I am about to say. So I hope that I don't screw this up, because I've been thinking about it all day. But what strikes me about these two chapters is how frequently some of the family of Ishmael, but mostly Laman and Lemuel, complain and murmur, and at one point they're all gung-ho and everything's good, and then something goes wrong and they turn back again, and they wish that they were in Jerusalem, and they hate how much they've suffered on this journey that they've been brought along to, and they have all sorts of good reasons to complain. This is a really difficult lifestyle. But the mention of Moses and the children of Israel is very timely in these chapters, because it's extremely similar. In the Old Testament, in Exodus, there's many times where the children of Israel, who Moses is guiding out of slavery with the Egyptians, through this wilderness for 40 years and into a promised land, it's a very similar vibe, because when things go wrong, they complain. And even though they know that it's not ideal to be a slave to the Egyptians, even though they know that's not a good life to live and it's better to be free, they would rather stick to being slaves than experience this new difficulty of hunger or thirst or whatever it may be in the wilderness. And it's a similar theme in the children of Israel and Laman and Lemuel and myself and in you. You're guilty of this too, but so am I. So what gives? Why are we like that? I'm about to throw some science at you. Forgive me. And brace yourself. Basically, your brain is an organ. And just like all the other organs in your body, it's been optimized over hundreds and thousands of years to help you survive. But the key word is survive. It doesn't help you be happy. It doesn't help you live a fulfilling life. Its purpose is to help you exist. And I don't think that human beings are inherently evil. I don't think that we just, we want to hurt other people just for the sake of it. But I do think that we are at all times desperate to exist. And sometimes that can lead to us doing terrible things so that we can go on existing. A real life example that wouldn't come from needing to go on a 40-year journey through the wilderness, which you probably won't be doing in your life. You will probably, though, keep a job that you hate or stay in an unfulfilling relationship for too long or maintain unhealthy habits. Why? Why would you sabotage yourself like that? It's because your brain is telling you to. It's because your brain doesn't see it as sabotage. Basically, there's all sorts of different things going on in your mind that subconsciously are working in the background to help you go on existing. And some of those in human life are no longer relevant because we're not in a situation where we must simply survive. We're now in a situation where we have this privilege to live life to the fullest. But our brain is fighting against that. And I will share 2 examples, but there's a whole list of different things that our brain does, which is just self-sabotage. But 2 examples, just to help make this point clear. One of them is familiarity bias. The status quo bias is that we are always aiming to stick to what we are familiar with, as the name implies. It even goes so far as to human beings consistently choosing what is familiar instead of what they know is better, just because it's new. It is a documented experience that all human beings are guilty of. We will choose what we know. We will stick to our guns, even if there's no ammo in them, just because it's what we know. And that is why we do these things that we don't necessarily have to do to live our best selves, to live our best lives. Now, the other one is loss aversion, where we tend to focus more on what we lose than what we gain, and our losses tend to feel bigger than our gains, even though that's not necessarily true. And when you put those together, every time you're in a new experience, even if the experience can be better, even if you can recognize that it's better habits, a better lifestyle, a better situation of life to be in, we will tend to look back and consider what we've lost more than consider what we've gained. This is extremely dangerous. It's extremely dangerous. If we were simply beasts that were meant to survive, it would be good because your brain is reminding you of all these ways in which you have survived up to this point. And it's saying, you've been fine up until now. Why not continue with it? But we're not beasts. We're humans, right? And so that leads into Christianity. Faith and Christianity and believing in God and listening to all these commandments and trying to follow them. It's hard. It's admittedly hard because you're taking this bar for yourself and you're putting it up here. And that is a risk. It opens the door to failure. It opens the door to embarrassment. It opens the door to being disappointed in yourself and feeling shame because other people may be disappointed in you too. Christianity is an added responsibility. It's greater expectation on you and on your role in this life, in your interactions with other people, and the kind of person that you can be. But just because it's more difficult does not mean that it is worse. Your brain will tell you that more difficult is bad. But you are not just your brain. You're more than that, which is a strange thing. But it's true. The mind is more than the brain and the body. We are more than the sum of our parts. And so we're able to rationalize. We're able to accept our thoughts as they come, but not be directed by them, not be simply a product of our circumstance. We can change. And that is, in my opinion, the gift of Christianity, is these expectations. Because as much as it's difficult to develop new faith in ourselves and work towards new faith, Christianity, just like the mere existence of it, the mere existence of a Savior who sacrificed everything for us, the mere existence of God who is constantly looking for opportunities to help us and uplift us and remind us that He's there. That is a faith that is believing in us before we believe. And it's a beautiful truth, and it should be encouraging, so much more than discouraging. And it can be with the right perspective, but that requires this concept of putting off the natural man. And I feel like that idea, that mentality of putting off the natural man, that is the core fight of being a Christian. It's to abandon this double-minded self that exists in pursuit of lasting joy, of lasting self-satisfaction. And I know for myself, from my experience, that is found in God. And every time I've leaned towards the gospel, I have felt that. Even in the past 2 weeks, I can feel that. And, I'm not perfect. I slip out of good habits, and I slip into bad habits. That's human. But I believe in change, and I believe in change for myself, and I'm going to freaking prove it. and yeah, those are my thoughts. 37-minute video. Go me. If you stuck around this long, thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a good wherever you're at. Good evening, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.